Hello everyone, hopefully you can hear me. I've no idea what the quality of this stream's like. It's playing up a bit on my end today. But we're going to be doing Downtown Titans today. I haven't actually got the route badge for this. But it's basically, it's going to be my route for the semi-finals tomorrow of the WRTL Zwift Racing League. So we're going to give it a bit of a go today. Going to be nice and slow, nothing too major, because I want to basically just recce it and see where I need to push tomorrow. So let's have a look. Start our ride. I've got my kicker core and everything paired today, and done my warm up. So turn a little fan on here, get a bit of air going. Hopefully you should be able to see and hear me quite well. I'm just going to load this up. It's going to take forever by the looks of things. So, hoping we will load in there in a minute. Streaming today on a MacBook Air, quite an old one, so I'm thinking this is probably why it's having some problems. But hopefully nothing too major will crop up. You should hopefully be able to hear me all okay with it all. Do let me know. We have got chat, so chat should pop up when everything is going well. So do let me know on that with chat as well, so we can pop that up at any time. This is taking a while to load. Should have done this before I came on stream, but hopefully we should get everything sorted pretty quickly here. There we go. I can see myself coming into focus. I've no idea what bike we're on though. I haven't been on for a little while. Oh, but this looks okay. This is the Canyon Air Road, so that will all be okay. So very short lead into this route. Just go straight in by the looks of it. So there's the start-finish banner. And then let's give ourselves a bit more gearing. We can start to get going. I did try and put companion on the screen, but that was far too much for the poor integrated GPU to handle. It's really struggling with this, to be fair, as it is. Ooh, got no head. There we go. Should manage to smooth this out in a minute. There. Let's see. I need just to change game resolution slightly. Stop all that tearing. Let's do that. Quickly. Should hopefully give us a little bit of breathing space once it kicks in. So first up this climb. This should be quite interesting tomorrow. See how people tackle that going straight into the climb there, which is always a little bit hectic. We've got a pace partner coming through. I imagine that is going to look really good on the screen. Just hang back and go through. So yeah, the streaming setup will be upgraded very shortly. Just waiting for a couple of docks to arrive from Amazon, just so that we can plug in various things to the MacBook Pro. It's a lot newer, a lot better specs. Runs Zwift absolutely fine, whereas this struggles a little bit to run Zwift at times, as it is. So we're going to go downtown here, I believe. So like I said, we're not going crazy or anything today, just holding a nice steady pace and cadence. I tend to like to grind away a lot more, so you will notice that sort of I'm trying to work on keeping my cadence a little bit higher on these rides, just so that then tomorrow we can sort of push a little bit more. So I don't want to take too much out of the legs today. Everything so far is going pretty well on here. So like I said, I have got chat next to me, so any messages, anything, pop into there and we can have a look, see how things are going. So everything's looking pretty good, hopefully now, after a bit of a juddery start. But so is the nature, really, of live streaming. Oh, I've gone off the screen, have I? That's nice. Wonder how it's managed to do that in about the last 2 minutes. Yeah. So it's managed to disappear my camera, which is going really well for me. So let's see if we can fix that while we're on the bike. It's not looking good. Oh, apparently you can get this view of me though, from the side. So that's what I think we're going to be stuck with. Let's pop that on for now. At least we've got something there. I will try and sort out what is happening with it all. No idea why we've managed to drop that. So that should be interesting to find out later on in the logs. That's what's happened. I think my basically I'm using a GoPro to stream as a webcam. Looks like that's crashed in the background. So that is probably the cause, because that captures the video coming in from straight in front of me there and puts it through. So yeah, that is probably my cause. It doesn't look like that's coming back on. Fair enough. Don't blame it. Try and get you a better shot on this. That's a bit better. There we go. So that's the original setup I had in mind, actually. Was to use just the FaceTime camera, but that didn't seem to want to play. Now the GoPro definitely isn't playing, so we will leave it be. Hope everyone's doing okay tonight. Do give us a shout out in the chat as we go through this route. Like I said, it's my recce for tomorrow, just to sort of give me a bit of an idea as to what we are going to be facing. Looks like this is sort of a push point, doesn't it, on these rollers? So that's probably where I'll look to push a little bit more tomorrow in the actual race itself. Push on the downhill as well was what one of our team was saying. So you catch the people napping, but don't push on the downhill. You can sort of coast past them. I think it's a good route choice from WRTL. I expected this to come up sooner actually, with everything that's going on. It's a good mixed route for racing on. Sip a drink. Says some bike doesn't change gears. It's got a bit of a sticky shifter at the minute, stolen. Just to touch on sort of the going, I think, from 4 to about 6 to 7 on the back, and getting that sort of shift. It's just not very crisp. Don't know why. The rest of them seem okay. So yeah, bit of training today in the garage. As you can see, it's going to be quite warm apparently tomorrow, which, if you've ever raced on Zwift before in the summer, quite uncomfortable. Quite uncomfortable. But we've made it into sort of the top of our semi-finals, which is really good. Really happy with that. Just sort of giving us a really good push, really, or maybe just me. But it does mean that we're in a hard group. Hard group of riders tomorrow. So I'll be glad if I make it round and make it into a decent finishing position. That's going to be the aim, realistically. I can't see myself doing a lot more than that, unfortunately. But such is the nature, really, of Zwift. And Zwift racing in particular. So, 4.6 in, 19.3 to go. Let's take it gently. Seems to push quite a bit. So yeah, we've got to try and cool this garage down tomorrow. Don't really know how we're going to manage that. It's tomorrow's job to think about. What did I do with my gear in there? So yeah, we're maybe looking to sort of calm this down a little, because I'm hoping to go at sort of between 2.5 to 2.7 tomorrow. Quite a narrow range. Tends to be where I'll sit, just in sort of an average over the race. So that's what we're going to be looking for and looking to do. A bit of this pushing and rising up, marvellous. Pushing to rise up. So yeah, in the UK, summer, well, I'd love to say in full force, maybe half force. We're starting to get some of the sort of thunderstorm warnings at the minute as well, sort of rolling through, which is a little bit concerning for everything tonight, but hopefully that'll pass through without incident. Welcome to anyone joining. If you haven't joined from the start, we're doing Downtown Titans today on Zwift, and we're going to be basically doing a recce because I am racing this as part of a WTRL semi-final tomorrow. WRTL, sorry, semi-final tomorrow. So that should be quite exciting. It's going to be quite a fast-paced group. So, yeah. And apologies again. I had some problems with the stream starting off, so that's why you've got this weird camera angle from here. But it's as good as we're getting at the minute. Apparently they're using the GoPro as a webcam, so we're really not enjoying that, I must say, at the minute. So OBS seems to be liking the integrated camera a lot better. So give it what it wants. Feel free to drop us a message on the stream. Let us know where you're from. And I hope you're all having a good evening. So just saying, it's quite warm in here tonight, but apparently going to be even warmer tomorrow for the actual semi-final. So we're not going too hard tonight. I'm going to try and keep this sort of around sort of 2.2 watts a kilo, just to sort of get in a little bit of a recon. Don't want to take too much out of the legs before tomorrow, so if I have it doing that, I'll do a nice recon, push really hard, do a great race, and then we'll come to the actual race and we'll really drop off. Especially if it's going to be warm tomorrow. Really going to struggle with that, so any tips, let me know. Hopefully everything's working well. So this is going to be, I believe, fastest through segment and first across line points tomorrow with this KOM, which is the Titans Grove KOM reverse. So I'm in a mixed group, so it'll be KQOM in your queen. We'll see. And yeah, bike choice has been a bit of a topic for this, because you have got the climbs. So is it worth going a really light setup, or is it worth punching in for the fact that there is a lot of flat and rolling descents and things like that? So again, any thoughts, do let me know if you've ridden this before. And we'll take them on board. So that should give me a PR to chase tomorrow, which should be quite easy when we get going up there tomorrow. So we'll just cruise down this downhill. So I always think on Zwift the downhill's quite good to push during a race scenario, because quite often people will be knackered after the climb. We'll take this as a bit of a rest, so it tends to be quite nice just to push it out down here. And we've got a draft fan, so let's use that. So I'm part of the Herd racing team, or one of them. So Herd on Facebook, really welcoming community to anyone that wants to get into Zwift. Really good on there with newcomers. You won't be made to feel like an idiot. You know, even if you're asking the most basic of questions like, what do I need to get started? Very welcoming on there. They'll get you up and running. And you don't have to race, there's plenty of social rides with them as well. So just a bit of a shout out to them, they've really helped me on my Zwift journey. And multi-sport journey as well. So yeah, it's definitely the place to check it out. So I'm riding with the Slippy Ponies tomorrow, which is a Category C team on Zwift, which I'm riding with all season. This season upgraded from a D to a C at the end of the last season of ZRL Zwift Racing League to this one. So it's been a little bit of an awakening, really. There's quite a gap between the two in terms of both racecraft and also in terms of sort of the speed and everything that we're going on there a lot more. So yeah, it's been good. Really pushed me, which is what I need. I need to sort of push that out. I'm definitely not a sandbagger at all. I absolutely hate not pushing myself and feeling when I come off the bike like it's been a proper workout for any of these races. And that's definitely what's made me faster as well in real life. Definitely made an overall benefit to my fitness. So at the minute I'm doing quite a bit of sort of cycling, building up my distances, both on Zwift and in real life, and also doing a couple of 10k running races. So a bit of a change between the two. I've also done a duathlon recently. So yeah, quite into sort of the multi-sports and sort of pushing myself really. 10k did on Sunday, really good. If any of you are near Rotherham in the UK, definitely check that out. Amazing atmosphere there on the 10k. It was really good. PB'd it as well, so got a personal best of 58:04 chip time, which was really good. Was really happy with that. In training I'd been doing sort of about an hour, it's about 60 minutes, but it's definitely pushed for a race, which is good. And sort of seeing that I could do that, more importantly. So if you've got anything planned, let us know. It's quite an undulating course, isn't it? If we have a look at the sort of route map there. So yeah, it's definitely one for, I I'd say sort of your punchers, not as much your climbers. I suppose there's one big climb, but there's not really that sustained climbing for a true climber. You want somebody who can punch out that power really to push up these and over. So again, we're going to push on the downhill. Should then mean we fly up the uphill quite nicely. Which is nice, good. So that's quite a nice tactic for tomorrow. There's a few little sharp ones just to get you, isn't there? On there. So just, I think it's just one lap of this tomorrow, so it's quite short for a ZRL race. I'm usually looking about 30 as a minimum I found, so that's quite exciting. Something a bit different. Shorter distance probably suit me better. So we'll see. See tomorrow. So these are those rollers. Quite nice through here. I think GP Lama does part of his testing of trainers through here in terms of those rollers to see how quickly they change resistance. So quite interesting. It's definitely one where they change the distance. They change quite quickly. Then you can sort of recover that quicker as you're coming downhill, rather than sort of the clamping on of the resistance at the wrong time, I suppose. I don't quite know how it works if you're not timing it right with the trainer. I'm sure somebody can let us know. So if you're watching on Twitch, do check out the YouTube page, which is Endurance Hub. So Endurance, ENDURANCE, capital HUB, Endurance Hub on there. So we'll be posting sort of some content on there. All these live streams, I do them, will be saved, I think, hopefully. If I can get it all to work out on there, they'll be saved on there as well. So should be a place to sort of look for any of that and any that I'm up to, anything that I'm reviewing tech-wise on the bike or for the run, or any sort of events I'm doing as well, that we will sort of do videos of and streams of. They'll all be on there as well. So it's going to be filling up a lot more on there, hopefully, over the next few months, as well as all these live streams going onto Twitch as well as we sort of do those. Obviously during summer, don't do a heck of a lot of Zwifting, so there won't be a lot of Zwift live streams on Twitch. There will be if you do like any of sort of the Call of Duty live streams that we've been doing. They'll be on there as part of my downtime as well. But as soon as we get into winter, there'll be a lot more of the Zwift content coming, definitely. Trying sort of this sort of autumn winter to really sort of keep my training going throughout the season. ticking along quite nicely there. So hopefully we're looking good. So do welcome everyone along to the stream. Hope you're all doing well tonight. So we're on Downtown Titans. I was going to call it Reverse Titans when I first started the stream by accident and realised that didn't exist. I have to check what my actual route was for tomorrow. But that's what we're racing this tomorrow. Racing for the Herd Racing League. So well, the Zwift Racing League has put on one of the Herd teams. So should be good. A bit late getting my recon in this week, but thought that we'd be able to do it as a stream, so it'll work out well. Hopefully everything's going well with the stream. I have had a few technical problems, so do let me know if anything's not working particularly well, and we can and I can look into that for next time I'm on. So I'll do a spin through this tunnel. It's got the kicker core on the bike tonight. It's a Dolan E-tap or L-tap, L-score E-tape, which stupidly makes you think that it's got E-tap on the bike. It doesn't. I'm running it's probably the only thing on this bike that I sort of skimped on was the group set, really. It's a fully carbon frame and everything. The group set is a Shimano 105. So, mechanical, very, very reliable, absolutely bulletproof in terms of reliability, really. With that, but it does mean a little bit more work than nice synchro shifting as we switch down chain rings. If you haven't seen the video on YouTube, I'm currently testing out a squirt wax-based chain lube as well on this bike, going really well. That video I think will be dropping pretty soon, if it hasn't already. Depends where we're up to on the schedule with that. That should hopefully be dropping quite soon, so do check that out. It's rated quite highly by Zero Friction Cycling, so it's one that I was very keen to get on the bike and sort of test out what was going on, really. Because I was having a lot of problems with knock-off dry chain lube in terms of a lot of pickup, so basically making the chain look really black and just getting that gritty sort of residue there. But that seems to have sorted itself out. And that's the running track here on Watopia. So we'll check if we are doing 1 or 2 laps of this tomorrow. I think it's 1 as far as I'm aware. Yeah, so just the 1 lap. It's 25.4 kilometres total. Must go up a bit more though before the end, because I think it's 295 metres total climbing. So let's watch out for where it manages to get that in. Oh, as we go up here and reverse back on ourselves. Right, okay. Nice. Now that's mean. That is a kicker at the end, isn't it? You're thinking 7.3 to go. That is a kicker. Let's get spinning up there. So like I said, not really going hard tonight. I want to leave some in the legs for tomorrow. And also just not be really stiff tomorrow. That is mean. You do half of this. This is a, yeah. Now this is a route. That'll really test you towards the end. So any questions about my setup, let me know. Happy to answer anything. Feeling that. It knows how to test you at the end, Zwift, doesn't it? That is a kicker of a climb at the end of this route. Oh, 6%, but it's the average 5%, yeah, it's a fair climb. This will really split people out tomorrow. So a lot of people won't be able to, or won't have managed their energy till here. Dropping off, or any of those that aren't particularly strong at a sprint, again really dropping off. So that'll be me dropping off. So it's a difficult climb. That right at the end, Obviously, giving it everything up the first one. Do get quite a nice recovery. That is a kicker. See what we can get tomorrow up there. I think this kicks up ever so slightly now. Give us our final 5 metres probably. Draft off this guy. I.S.74. Keep going. We've got any drafts somewhere. Oh, that one's been down there. So there is new pace partners on Zwift. Haven't seen videos about what they're all about. Do check out GP Lana, aka Shane Miller. He's got a great roundup of all the changes to Zwift this month. Including stopping their plans for hardware. So they're going to release everyone was saying, a real life Tron bike. So they've got sort of people in place for that and just ditched the plan. So that should be quite interesting to see what happens with that going forward, and if they plough some of it into game development instead. That was supposedly the plan from the statement they released. It should be nice to see some new features, especially with Wahoo getting RGT, because I'd love to see what they do with that really. I think there's great scope for development with that into sort of this, into like a almost realistic version of Zwift. So Wahoo seem pleased with their acquisition anyway. So let's see what happens. It can only be good for us that are rider on here. So, final 3.9. See how we go on here. Danny drafts one of the new pace partners, I believe, at 2.1 watts a kilo, which should be quite good. I'm hoping to develop that more. Pace partners. It'd be good to sort of have one where you can sort of set your own, as sort of a training pace or something. Then I suppose there'd be maybe too many going around the world for everything to compute. So maybe just more options. in terms of pace partners and what sort of speeds you can get would be good. So how long did it say that the thing was? I think that's right. $295. I was about to say we're going up again here. So 295 total ascent. So a few kickers at the end then. So it could be an interesting finish tomorrow, especially if you're watching any of the races that are streamed and commentated on. Should be very interesting to see how people manage, especially this final bit here. Because you think you've only got 2.5 k's left, but somewhere there's another 32 meters of ascent. So that should be interesting to see where that comes from. As we head through here. Push us a bit more. So somewhat of a sprint time to chase tomorrow. Hopefully be a lot faster, but you never know. Do let us know if you are on Zwift regularly. If you're on there regularly, let us know. Absolutely drop me a follow. You can see my name there highlighted on the right. Absolutely give us a follow at any point. All the merrier. So 3 sort of proper punchy ascents. That should be quite interesting. And probably one more. So yeah, reconning this route for tomorrow. Should hopefully make us faster. Well, then we've got the actual rollers section, haven't we, here? I would call the actual rollers section. This is in quite a few of the routes, I do believe. Quite a nice little section, this. So I'm aiming for about 2 watts a kilo average. I think I'll be over that, given these climbs. Shouldn't have too much more left now. Less than a kilometre to go. Well, just over. Now less than a kilometre to go. So you see that as a rise and it's a downhill finish. So that should be interesting to see who has held it for a sprint there. All the way down. So I'd expect to see things start to string out now. You start to get people who are pushing, or who weigh more than you, coming past. And what you should do here is get those people being drawn back, as I'm doing with this Nielsen here, get them drawn back into the group. And then I'd expect to see you get some pretty strong sprinting finishes here. Marvellous. Hopefully a route badge as well for that. Yeah, there we go. So that is a lap of Downtown Titans. Said I wasn't going to push. Pushed a bit on that, but kept the heart rate nice and low for the majority. Definitely going to be a difficult one tomorrow. Good luck to anyone that's racing. Let me know how you've been getting on with this season. I think it's been, especially in our category in the C's, we race at 6:30 or 18:30 UK time. That's definitely been 18:40. I think it was actually has definitely been really competitive this season. Everyone's been really close, which has been nice to see. There's nobody been sort of, way off the top or, really struggling to get a team out every week. So that's been good. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching the stream. Please like and subscribe to this. I'm trying to grow this channel quite a bit over the next sort of few months and things, just to try and get some content out. It's going to be really relevant. So again, if you've got ideas and things like that, anything you want me to cover, then do get those in, and we will see you next time.